Gathering is, you think the government should take more of my money from my pocket involuntarily and give it to legislators?
Not necessarily. However, you get what you pay for.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
shire.efoodsglobal.com.
Well, as I'm driving toward this nullification event in New Hampshire, I'm finding protesters along the road inbound. Now I'm standing here with
Nancy Greenwood.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
So it looks like Dan Itza has made the big time here. He's got counter protesters now.
Yes, he does.
Dan is a state rep in New Hampshire who favors nullification of federal laws. And why are you here? I guess you're protesting against what he's doing, or?
Well, yes, I think New Hampshire needs to stay New Hampshire. I don't think we need any corporate takeovers. I don't think we need to nullify laws that have been made to protect citizens of this country, as well as New Hampshire. You know, we have a constitution. We also have 200 years of jurisprudence law, so we're not back in the 1700s.
It's a different car here. I'm taping.
I can't hear you.
She's waving.
Americans for Prosperity. It's a grassroots organization. They're over. They're sponsoring a nullification conference over here.
I sure do. Hang on just a sec. So in this case, the truck is the logo, and the logo is the truck.
Our prosperity.
For the same reason that you can't grow all your own food.
Oh, okay.
So, and anyway, here's the real
Pork Fest
problem.
Mike flag.
Anyway, here's the real problem. With the type of question you ask a more.
So these folks, I guess, it's a mix of pro and anti nullification event people.
Positive without you deciding what the content is. Total makes about as much as the entire legislature.
You and me both. I have a day job. Okay.
The legislature as a whole makes about $40,000 a year, 400 members, $100 a piece.
Right, so what I'm gathering is, you think the government should take more of my money from my pocket involuntarily and give it to legislators?
Not necessarily. However, you get what you pay for. That's the problem. You get what you pay for.
I know.
Don't
wait. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Air's free. You're gonna get what you pay for.
Don't spend $100 on a legislator and then complain of the amount of legislating you're getting.
Oh, believe me, I'm not. I'm very happy with what's happening.
I'll bet you are. I'll bet you are. The problem is, but they're also getting rid of licensing issues.
It can control everything from basically, I mean, again, I'm paraphrasing, but. What's right for California may not be right for New Hampshire. What's right for New Hampshire may not be right for South Dakota. This is the only system in existence that I'm aware of. I'm sure someone will correct me later. And that's what we're talking about. But it's high time that you do. And in the end, whether medical marijuana passes.
Okay, now I'm trying to find, the Koch involvement question is sort of new to me, so I'm trying to find out what it is, where these folks stand in here regarding the Kochs, and are the Kochs funding it. My understanding from what I've heard so far is there is one booth that is Americans for Prosperity, and they receive Koch money. I think Free Talk Live gets an advertisement that is something to do with the Kochs. Other than that, I haven't been able to determine any Koch funding for this yet. But I have found what's really interesting in here is a lot of opposition to the Kochs inside this nullification event. I guess some of them have even gone up to the protesters and agreed with them. So as is so often the case when you have like some kind of liberty-oriented event in New Hampshire and you get counter-protesters, they discover pretty quickly that they actually agree with you on at least some things.
He's saying is there anything the federal government has done at all in the last 10 years that you think should be nullified?
The Patriot Act? The Patriot Act. Okay, let's start with the Patriot Act.
Now I met both of the Koch brothers when I lived in Wichita back in the early 90s. One at a time. David probably remembers it, Charles probably doesn't, but they were nice folks. I was a videographer, news videographer, and I would bump into them from time to time, you know, because they'd be at some charity event or something like that. I don't know everything about what they stand for, but most of it I like. David Koch, of course, ran as a Libertarian Party Veep candidate in 1980. Seems to be continuing to support mostly liberty-leaning causes.
It seems like there might be a little bit of caution with regard to discussing the Kochs in a negative manner. That could be a source of concern. I stand here with Ian from freetalklive.com, who does know a little bit about the Kochs, because I guess you get indirect, they buy one ad from you or something?
Nope. As I understand it, they are one of the funding people behind the IHS. I don't know if they...
Libertarian seminars.
Institute for Humane Studies, libertarianseminars.com is something that they do. Okay. And so I'm not sure what percentage of the IHS they fund. I don't pay attention to the think tank stuff. Mm-hmm. So, they're buying advertisements from us to support libertarianinternships.com. Really, it doesn't matter to me either way. Obviously, there are people that have money that support causes that are interesting to them.
People like the Koch brothers have taken the word socialism and turned it into something, a dirty word. And I think we're a long way from socialism in this country. But I think, what we're against is having the solution to every problem we have be the free market. Just to turn everything over to the free market, let the free market determine how people are successful or fail.
Well, now, you're against, I guess, I take it then, Koch funding of certain things. Are you against federal funding of things? Because the Kochs, I don't think they steal most of their money. They got it through business, but the feds steal all the money they have. Are you against the feds also giving out money?
Well, I don't think they do. I don't agree that the feds steal money.
Taxes are not theft? What's the difference?
No.
What's the difference?
Well, taxes. This bridge right here was built from revenues that were raised through taxes. And why shouldn't they be? Why shouldn't I drive across this bridge? Why shouldn't I pay my share to have that bridge maintained?
The parking lot outside the event is definitely dressing the part now. And the current temporary residents out here are definitely practicing their home defense skills. The event is here on the campus of Southern New Hampshire University in Manchester.
If you work at it.
Nullification comes into play in several ways here for us. First and foremost, we need to start saying no to grants. Yay! Let's say no to grants. Let's go to our city council meetings and go to our state legislative hearings and let's talk to our representatives about alternative solutions. We have 74 plus that are operating here in these United States.
Well, the event's coming to an end now. Actually, I think technically it's already over.
We have training how to read the bills, rate the bills.
And in fact, we're live streaming right now over the internet, and we're going to get high-def video right now, which will be posted up later on. So for those of you who can't get the
Watch. Explain the. He said, well, how would it be any? He asked, how would it be any different than shooting a regular pistol?
Oh, there's a huge difference. When you're doing this, you have 4 points in front. You have 1 point here, 4th point in the front hand. So you get your accuracy increases by an amazing amount.
And I already have it.
Yeah. So we're just going to test with so just absolutely amazing. Get that and good to go. So it's called the Ronnie, but
Hey folks, I'm Bob Dwyer from Sister State to the South, so we have a short minute. I really respect what the NHLA is doing. I'd like to try to echo Beckett in Massachusetts. We did kill the pandemic bill.
Can you follow me for a second? I can do that.
We kind of cut our teeth up on Beacon Hill. You know, we killed a very bad piece of legislation. We hope to do more up on Beacon Hill.
Delicious, inexpensive, storable with a 15-year shelf life in most cases. What is it? It is shire.efoodsglobal.com. Try a bite or order with all your might, straight from the site. You can even get free samples there. Or let Kurt and Auburn hand you some. shire.efoodsglobal.com.